Paul Krugman versus Jon Stewart. This is a heavyweight fight. Now, what in the world could they be fighting over? Well, Paul Krugman has backed an idea, for lack of a better way of describing it, as the $1 trillion coin. Now, this sounds crazy, and it's mainly meant to avoid the insanity of the Republican Party. The Republican Party says, well, we have all this debt that we have accrued, that we have agreed to, that we have passed in legislation, the Republicans included, in fact, chiefly the Republicans. The Iraq War, the Afghanistan War, the Bush tax cuts, etc., created the great majority of our current deficit. Remember when Bush got into office, he had huge surpluses, which he squandered. Right. So they said, we don't want to pay that debt. When we get to the debt ceiling, even though we have accrued that debt, I don't want to pay it. I'm a deadbeat. That's what the Republicans are saying. So in an act of desperation, some economists, some congressmen have thought of this $1 trillion coin. They make a coin. They say it's worth $1 trillion. The idiots of Fox News don't understand that. They did a segment about, oh, well, if you had $1 trillion worth of platinum, it would sink any ship it was on and you couldn't carry it. No, you knuckleheads, you say it's $1 trillion. You don't actually get $1 trillion worth of platinum. How painfully dumb are you? All right. Now, I think it's a goofy idea. Jon Stewart agrees with me. He thinks, and he made fun of it the other night, very understandably. How much of a joke does it make our currency look like when we say, oh, by the way, if we run into trouble, we'll print $1 trillion coin? Okay, now, I know what Krugman says. I know what the other guys say about, well, it has validity because you don't have to actually spend it. It won't lead to inflation. It looks goofy, Paul. It does, as if I'm friends with Paul Krugman. Okay, but Krugman's hurt over this, so he's going to go after Jon Stewart. Watch.
Blogged, it seems like you were a little upset at his take on the idea of minting the platinum coin to avoid the debt ceiling.
Yeah, it's one thing. It is funny. It is a funny thing. But you want to be funny from a point of view of understanding what the issues are. There's a reason we've gotten to this place, and he just did it as a sort of yuck, yuck, yuck. Oh, stupid, minting a coin, which obviously neither he nor his staff did even 5 minutes of looking at the financial blogs, which have been talking about this. Lots of people think it's a bad idea. Lots of people think it's a good idea. But it's not just, oh, those idiots. And, part of the point about Stewart, the joke is that he's funny, but that the show is actually better informed than most of our public discussion. And when he just turns it into dumb, oh, I don't know nothing, but those people look stupid to me, then he's ruining his own brand.
Don't go there. Don't go there. He's like, he made a yuck, yuck, yuck out of it. That's what he does. He makes jokes. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Which is a funny way of characterizing a laugh. And every joke doesn't have to be super cerebral, and he's not making a point with every joke like, okay, that's it. Jon Stewart and the Daily Show comedy writers have gotten together and decided $1 trillion coin is a bad idea. Hence, we will make a joke about it, meaning we are legislatively against it. No, it sounds funny. It is funny. Hence, they make a funny joke about it. Calm down. That's what happens when people get too sensitive about jokes made about them or their ideas. And by the way, I'm in the camp that thinks it's a really phenomenally bad idea. So, okay, anytime we get into any trouble, you know what? We got a deficit. Put me up 16 of those $1 trillion coins. I mean, we got $16 trillion worth of debt, right? I know they're saying that's not what they're going to use it for, and that they're not actually going to use it. But by the way, what a great plan. I've got $1 trillion coin, but don't worry, I won't use it. Well, then what if you have to? And then how do you turn it in for smaller denominations? I mean, it's madness. I know it's responding to another set of madness, but it doesn't make it a good idea, and it makes a joke out of our whole currency system. I think Jon Stewart is clearly right, and in this case, Paul Krugman, on the substance, I don't agree with him, and certainly don't agree with the fact that he can't take a joke.